Here's a little tip on how much a restaurant might cost. If the word cuisine is in the ad, it's probably a high-priced place. If it says food, fairly moderate, and of course eats, you can get in and out for about $1.
Many of us know George Carlin for his big stand-up comedies about government, religion, and law. But few know his lighter side, the jokes about everyday life, one-liners, and little moments we all share. In this video, you'll hear some of his best stand-ups from Johnny Carson's show, and it's surprising just how many times he actually appeared.
This is my last Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and this is my 105th Tonight Show. By no means... Certainly not a record. A lot of people are up around 200, I understand, but 105 of them. And I always did a stand-up, didn't I, Johnny? Always did a stand-up. None of that, let's sit right down and, talk about my goat's operation or something. 6 minutes per monologue, a total of 10 and a half hours, standing here or in New York in the same spot. And that's a lot of time. I could have had sex 3 or 4 times during that. But it is good to be here, and this is the first time doing the show without any pressure at all of hoping they'll invite me back.
Now let's jump into his best jokes, starting with the most embarrassing moments we've all had but never talk about. Luckily, Carlin is here to talk about them for us.
You ever been talking to someone and a little bit of spit flies off your tongue and lands right on the man's nose? And you think, gee, didn't he see that? Maybe he's just a really cool guy. He saw it, but he figures it'll evaporate. Did you ever go to shake somebody's hand and they don't notice? And you have to kind of go... And you have to make believe it's something you do all the time, You'll get over that. Did you ever go into a public place and you sit down and the cushion goes... Tell me now. Don't you get up and do it again 3 times in a row? Not me. Look, cushion. Not me. I didn't do it. You have to do that. Oh, yeah.
There's a particular kind of embarrassment where your stomach starts growling from hunger. But let Carlin tell you exactly where that sound embarrasses you the most.
When your stomach is carrying on, in a quiet situation, always a quiet situation is when I hear from my stomach. Never out on the rifle range, I notice. Watching a Mercury lift off doesn't have a thing to say. But you get somewhere quiet, get in the dentist's waiting room. Everybody's quiet, everybody's reading. You're looking through a copy of Molar World yourself. And your stomach thinks it's showtime. And starts in with things like, whoa! And you go, you flip the pages fast and cough a little bit and push on your stomach, hoping it'll go to the back. Then it goes, oi, 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 oi. Then it starts in with complete sentences. We're poor. When do we eat?
Language in general, and names in particular, are one of the biggest recurring themes in George Carlin's comedy. Here, he comes up with an unusual alternate name for Christ. Let's hear it.
The name that was most used in history has to have been Jesus' name, Jesus Christ. It wasn't really a first and last name situation. We treat it that way, Jesus Christ. It sounds like that. Harry Anderson, Bill Willman, Jesus Christ. It just seems that way. And I often wonder if he had had a different last name, another Jewish name, Bloom. If he had been Jesus Bloom, how different things would have been. First of all, Christians would have been bloomers. Really. And people wouldn't have taken them seriously. You know, one of the bloomers are here. Get the bloomers out of here. You'd have Texas Bloomer University and Young Men's Bloomer Association. And in August, people would say, "Bloom, it's hot." One tiny thing.
George was a wise comedian, and part of that wisdom was his ability to see through language the way few others could. He was fascinated by words. Let's hear which ones made him stop and notice something wrong with them.
My job involves words. We were talking about words mostly. I really love them and became fond of them very early in life. They fool you. They're fun. One of my favorite words, as I've mentioned to you before, is you hear it in commercials: semi-boneless ham. There are certain words I can't understand. How can something be semi-boneless? It either has a bone or it doesn't, and it's boneless. And then there's boned chicken. It's boned? Yes, there are no bones in it. What do you mean? It's boned? If you would bone something, no, that's not right. Forward lateral. Football has a forward lateral. Explain that to me, if you will. A partially blocked kick. Why does back come before forth? Shouldn't it be forth and back? Why back and forth? Stop and go. Certainly you must go before you stop. If you change your plans and you alter your plans, you've done the same thing. But if you change your pants and you alter your pants, you've done two different things. How can that be?
George was also one of the few comedians who had a bit of a sick part in his comedy and got away with it, and with the audience laughing just as hard as at any other joke. Here's one where he walks through how he handled a traffic accident.
Had an unusual incident in traffic. I either ran over a sheep or I ran over a small man wearing a sheepskin coat. And I'm not sure because I didn't stick around. I just kept moving. That's what you got to do, by the way. If you have an automobile accident, you run someone over, just get the hell out of there. If you get out of your car, all you're going to do is add to the confusion, And they're going to want to know your name and your address, and some wise guy, but you got any insurance, So what I do, just get the hell out of there because all you do, like I say, they got enough troubles without you stopping, So head on out. Yeah. Look at it this way. Hey, it's none of your concern. All right? That's all you got to remember. That's right.
For the men out here who haven't married yet and are still figuring out what their ideal partner should look like, George has some advice.
Here's some advice for young guys, young men getting out of college. If you're going to get married, marry an orphan. This is good advice. Marry an orphan. First of all, you never have to worry about whether or not her father's going to like you or not, I mean, there's no better feeling in the world than when you say to a girl, "Gee, I hope your dad approves of me," and she says, "My father's dead." You know you're home free. Another thing, you don't have to put up with these in-laws. You don't have to spend these boring Thanksgivings and Christmases, at her folks' house. The worst you'll have to do maybe is an occasional visit to the cemetery, And you can always get out of that by saying you're afraid of ghosts.
Now we want to hear George talk about the things we don't want to hear and people we don't want to meet. These could be the strangest jokes of his entire career.
Here's something you don't want to hear. We're going to open you up again and perform some experiments on you. Here are people you don't want to have anything to do with. Any man with one lip. A Doberman pinscher who was tortured by a person who looks like you. Any man who drinks straight rum through his nose. Anyone who mentions Jesus more than 25 times in a 4-minute conversation. Any lawyer who refers to the police as the federales. A brain surgeon with tattoos on his hands.
Like the rest of us, Carlin loved Thanksgiving, but he'd grown tired of turkey and wanted to try something different.
Now, we're not having turkey this year. We're a little tired of that. You get tired after a while, I think. We're having a seagull. Yeah. They're a little fishy, but you don't have to add salt, which makes them great. We've experimented before. One year we had a stork, which was that's kind of nice, but the wishbone made a hell of a noise. And then a couple of years ago, we were experimenting. We had common street pigeon. Unfortunately, 3 of the guests did pass away.
I didn't know that George once tried his hand at the restaurant business, and unfortunately, it didn't go the way he hoped. Let's hear him tell it, especially the drive-thru.
Liking restaurants as much as I do, I got into the restaurant business for a while. I wasn't that successful with it. It's not easy to be a success in the restaurant business. My first place that I think I had the wrong concept. All you can eat to go. Then I changed it, all you can eat for $500. People didn't like that either. But then I came up with something I thought surely would work. It was a drive-through, it was a drive-through chili restaurant. It wasn't the same as like Jack in the Box. On this one, you didn't even slow down. We'd just shoot the chili at you from a shotgun. Yeah. The kids loved it, and the car wash really loved it next door.
Supermarkets are a place we all have to go. And like the rest of us, George had his own experience there. He'll tell you the best way to shop.
The best way to shop in the supermarket, I've found, is to be a little hungry. Don't eat for a couple of days. 2 days is enough. After that, you begin to hallucinate and all the items look the same, you know? Couple of days, build up a good appetite. There are some people that even add to this. They smoke 8 joints and take $500 and go to the supermarket. You buy everything. Canned cans. Just what I need.
Finally, if you love George Carlin's comedy,
I like George.
you must hear his one-liners. He's got plenty scattered through his books, but here's some of his funniest ones.
I think Kleenex should have targets in them, don't you? Wouldn't that be nice? Look, Dan, a 50. That's what we need. Right. Have you noticed when you have a hat on for a long time, it feels like it's not there? And then when you take it off, it feels like it's still there. Did you ever picture a place you haven't been to, like somebody tells you about their house, but you've never been there, so you form a mental picture? And then when you go there, you see it's different? And then later on that week, when you think of their house, do you think of your version or their version? It's up to you. It's your choice. Did you ever eat 2 chickens on the same day? Sometimes you do. Can't help it. Sometimes at lunch, you have a chicken salad sandwich. Then you go to someone's house that evening, and they have chicken. Did you ever wonder if the 2 chickens knew each other? Well, I think that's about it for me. I just wanted to mention one thing to you. Remember, you're never alone. You always have yourself. Good night. See you later.